All right, everybody, and welcome to Watch Me Go Broke. Now, on my wrist today is going to be something I cobbled together many weeks ago. Maybe you've seen it on the channel, maybe you have not. I'm not sure exactly what this is homaging, but I put it on this Uncle Seiko bracelet here, and I think it just transformed it, and I think it looks great. And here is today's watch. This is the Pagani Design PD 1682. No reason to say which watch this is homaging here. I think it's pretty obvious, but you've got a 42 millimeter case, a thickness with the Cyclops of 14 millimeters, 50 millimeters lug to lug, so quite a biggin. 20 millimeter lug widths tapering down to 18 at the clasp and back up to 20 at the clasp. So you've got a stainless steel fixed bezel today, or bezel, depending on what neck of the woods you come from. Sapphire crystal also on this watch today. It is an all 316L stainless steel case, high polish on the sides, brushing on the top of the lugs, brushed stainless steel bezel, as I mentioned, fixed 24-hour bezel. This is a GMT watch, so you're going to be able to track a second time zone. Now, if this was not a fixed bezel and it rotated, you'd be able to track a third time zone. So this is just I guess, a dual time zone, GMT here. 100 meters of water resistance with this watch today. Screw down crown, screw down case back. Let's take a look at that case back. And there is the case back. It is a display case back displaying the purported DG5833A movement, although I feel like this is actually a DG3804 movement, and I will try to prove that in just a moment. So you have Pagani Design PD 1682 right there, water resistant 100M, stainless steel, and some hair that apparently ripped off my body. And zooming in on the dial, you have a stark white dial. It is not off-white, it is super white, super pure. Just below the 12 o'clock marker. God, I'm such a dumbass. And just below the 12 o'clock marker, you have the Pagani Design logo, and then Pagani Design written there in some block lettering. Just above the 6 o'clock marker, you have GMT in orange, matching that orange GMT hand, automatic, water resistant, 10 bar / 100 meters. It is all applied indices today. They are wrapped in a kind of like a gunmetal type color, matching those hands. The hands are also gunmetal style. And then, of course, at the 3 o'clock position, you have the Cyclops, which I'm a little nitpicky on my Cyclopses or Cyclopi. I don't know how you say it plural. Cyclopses, Cyclopi. I don't know, but yeah, the magnification is really good. Well done here. Doesn't appear to be out of alignment or anything, so good on them. That date window is framed with a square frame there. I'm not sure entirely why they did that. I'm not a huge fan of that kind of stuff. I just like the clean look of those numerals. Winding on this is a little bit gritty, and that's my first clue that this might be the DG3804. Not satisfying at all, very gritty. It acts like it does not want you to hand wind it. Pulling it out to, I'm going to pull it out to the time setting position. And then you just rotate it counterclockwise. I always do that. I never go against the movement of time. I always will make sure that I set the time using the hands, going forward. I just feel like it puts a little wear and tear on the movement when people kind of, go backwards. I mean, it just acts like it doesn't want to do that. So I always go forward. You have that GMT hand there. So I am in the AM position now, so I can kind of show you how this GMT works here. So back to the second position here. And if you rotate it forwards, you can change the date. Pretty good there. nice discernible clicks between each date, looking good. And then if you rotate it counterclockwise, that is going to move your GMT hand. Now, you'll see that that hour hand moved a little bit there. So there's something with the gearing with these particular movements that's kind of herky-jerky a little bit. And you'll notice if you just go ahead and set the GMT hand like I want to do it to 10 o'clock there or 4, and you push it in, you'll notice, boom, that GMT hand jumped a little bit there. I don't know if that's a design flaw or what, but there is a remedy for that, so I'll pull it back out to the GMT setting position. So what you want to do is, like, I'll stop at the 8 o'clock marker there, and you just want to roll this forward like just ever so slightly, and then you push it in, and the GMT hand does not jump. So I guess that's sort of a workaround for this particular movement. And this movement does beat at 21,600 vibrations per hour. Couldn't really find a whole lot on it. I think it's around a 40-hour power reserve. So pretty standard there. And so my suspicions are that this is a DG3804. This is a Chinese GMT movement. And I have this harness, which I know for a fact has a DG3804 in it. And I'm going to do another segment I like to call Crack the Back. Crack the Back is sponsored today by Clowney's Ginger Sausage, the only sausage that is specifically designed for humans with fiery red hair. All right, and to crack the back, I use one of these blue balls here. Blue ball Caseback opener tool. These are awesome if you don't have one. I definitely recommend picking one up. You don't scratch the back of any watches or anything like that with it, and it does do a great job removing and putting Casebacks on. So let me give it a go. I'm going to put down a cloth here just so I don't, and this is a cloth, This is a cloth that came with the watch, Pagani Design microfiber cloth there. So let's crack this back here. Let me see if I can do it. Put her on down there. Put her on down. Then you kind of push down, give her a little turn there. I think I got it. Do I have it? Is it turning? It's not turning. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm singing these praises of these blue balls here, and then of course I can't get it done. All right, there we go. She loosened up there. All right, so just kind of turn until you can use your fingers here. All right, so let me crack this back. Ooh, look at there. Looky. So this is the DG3804. And if you notice, if you compare them side by side, where am I? Crown down. Let's do that. All right, if you can see, yeah, they're going to be identical. Same blue screws and everything there. So, yeah, I feel comfortable this is the DG3804. And we'll just demonstrate how you put on the case back. So you just want to make sure that you have the threads in there good so you don't cross thread. Oh, gosh, this is, yikes. I don't know. Well, it's going to work, I swear. Okay, there we go. Well, yeah, okay. You gotta fiddle with it. I don't know. You don't want to see that. No big deal. You don't want to see that. I'm not gonna waste anybody's time. So the bracelet is a 3-link style bracelet. It's okay. It kind of feels a little lighter than some other bracelets that I have on some other watches. A little bit of play between the links there. It is screw pins, and as you'll notice, if you can see, the screws are not really easy to move and get flush with the case. A little bit of an inconsistency there, but it does work. I don't know. I think maybe some refinement can be done, but again, at this price, what do you want? Clasp is a double pusher clasp with the Pagani Design logo as par for the course etched in the back of it. 3 micro adjustments. It is milled, so good there. A nice solid clasp. But it does, for some reason, come with a diver's extension which I'm not sure why they would do that on this particular watch. I think it's just a clasp they probably throw on a number of watches. So I guess, I mean, it's an extra feature. You can put it over a winter coat or a sweater if you are a chilly man. Let's check out the lume. Well, the lume is just okay. I would say it's a Twickens better than some of the other Pagani Design watches that I've seen. Just okay. It's not something that's going to really like blow your socks off or anything, but you know, it gets the job done. So here it is out in the wild on my 7.5. Yeah, it's a big watch. I mean, 42 mil, 50 mil lug to lug. It is a big watch, pretty thick, and it does have quite a presence on your wrist. A little bit too big for my tastes, honestly, and yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would definitely go for a smaller watch over this one if I had a choice, but yeah, I mean, it looks good. So what do I like about this watch? Well, I think the finishing on that 24-hour fixed bezel is really good. Let me try to zoom in here. Yeah, good brushing there. All in all, that looks really, really, really good. I also like the stark white of the dial. Pure white, really classy looking. Obviously, this is not their design, so. And of course, I like that stark white dial. I think white dial watches are really spectacular looking, and this one certainly does not let down in that area. And by the way, signed crown as well that you get with this watch. And I like the construction. I mean, I think it, you know, it feels solid. It doesn't feel cheap. It certainly feels much more than the price would indicate. I think, you know, overall, I think it's a good effort for a GMT watch from Pagani Design. I think they use this same movement in all of their GMT watches. So what, pray tell, do I not like about this watch? Well, number one, you know, there's no doubt what this is homaging, almost a direct copy of that particular timepiece. I don't really like that. I think it's a little too close. I think if you're going to homage like a Submariner, you know, pretty much every company throughout time, you know, Bulova, Seiko, they've all homaged a Submariner. Not everybody does this. I really, it kind of turns me off slightly that this is just a straight up, you know, attempt to copy a very famous watch there. So it kind of turns me off a little bit. There are some differences, obviously. But yeah, I mean, if someone sees you with this out in the natural world, they're going to think immediately that it is the actual watch that this is homaging. So that kind of bothers me slightly. Some viewers have said these hands are too small. I don't think they are. I think the hands are okay. The hour and the minute hand are totally fine. The second hand is a bit small, I think. So I do agree in that regard. I think the second hand could be beefed up a little bit. I don't know if you can really see it in what I'm showing you here, but in person, the second hand does look a bit too small. I also don't like the framed date window under the Cyclops. I don't get that. I've never liked framed date windows under a Cyclops. I think it just detracts from, you know, what you're trying to do, which is just magnify the date. I like a much more of a cleaner look on the watch that this is homaging. It is a clean look. There's no framed date window there. So yeah, not great in that regard. And of course, the movement. The movement, if you're going to buy it by itself, it's about $40. So cheap GMT movement. So easily replaceable, obviously. The winding is really terrible. You know, it's not on Pagani Design. It's just the movement that they've chosen to use. It acts like it's going to break at any moment. Now, I've had this harness for many years now, probably about, you know, I guess 5 or 6 years now, and I've never had a problem. It always works. It always does what it's supposed to do. So as far as longevity, and I don't wear this, you know, that often, but I do wear it, and it does work. So I haven't had a failure with this particular movement at all. It just acts like it doesn't want to work, but it does. I don't know if I'm describing that, you know, very well, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just very, very cheap. As far as a daily watch, I don't know if it'll hold up over time. This one is not keeping excellent time. I think it's, about 30 seconds ahead a day. So it does run a little bit fast. So I'm not sure if, obviously, there wasn't any regulation from the factory, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So my overall thoughts about this, it's well constructed. I don't know if I would get it again. I really just got this to review. I got it on Amazon Prime Day, so I got it for just slightly over $100, which I think is a great price for something of this quality construction. But overall, to me, I mean, this is one of those watches where I think you're really pretending it's something that it's not. And I said that about the Heimdallr Sea Ghost, where I thought it was a little bit too close to an Omega Seamaster, and it kind of turned me off a little bit. There wasn't enough difference, and I think this is kind of the same. I mean, obviously the difference is the GMT hand, not the same. It's much longer. The hands aren't as large on this one as they are on the watch that it's homaging. The indices are much smaller, but overall the look, especially from a distance, people are going to think you're wearing the real one, and whenever you encounter a watch like that, I think that kind of bothers me slightly about it, which I might be contradicting myself, honestly, because on this channel I do review a lot of homage watches. I have done a Pagani Design before, but that Pagani Design was a completely different size than the original watch. So, I don't know, you're not really pretending or anything with that one. But yeah, guys, it's a good price. The GMT movement is okay. The loom is okay. I think I would skip this one if I was you guys. Well constructed, but yeah, it's just not for me. For other guys out there, maybe it is. But I tried to be as honest as I could with this review. And yeah, guys, let me know in the comments what you think. Are you okay with an homage being this close? Or, do you think, it's not a good thing with what Pagani's doing with this particular timepiece? Let me know in the comments, guys, and I will see you next time.